Welcome to the Creation Grounds podcast, where we break down the success, habits, and the life of people in creative fields and discover how they've gotten to where they are, what they aspire to be, and how you can live your dreams too. Let's get to the show. It's a beautiful day.
It's a great day. It's hot and transportation is messed up, but it's okay.
Very warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
For sure. So I just want to start off with, tell us where you're from.
All right. Well, I'm from Queens.
Queens?
I'm from Queens, New York. You know, big ups to Queens. I've lived in Queens majority of my life. I moved around, but I moved around a lot when I was younger. I lived in Brooklyn. I was in the Bronx at one point. I believe the only other borough that I never lived in was Manhattan.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Is that something you dream of doing someday? Going to Manhattan?
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Trying to work your way to the island?
Trying to work my way to the island, trying to get up there, with the big wigs,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
You trying to be in where in Manhattan? Harlem?
Harlem. Harlem is great. Harlem is a good place to be. I would love to live in Harlem, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of history there, man, in Harlem.
Definitely. And it's just so crazy. Ironically, I just went to the Apollo Theater for like the first time.
It's dope in there, Phil.
Mm-hmm. I was at the Apollo, and I went to go see a show, like the talent shows, basically.
Yeah.
People come on, they perform their stuff. You like it, you cheer, you boo. You don't like it, you boo. So it was that setup. And somebody was saying, one day you should really try out for the Apollo. And I was just like, I'm glad you got that much faith in me, honestly.
True.
It's great because I've actually thought about it. I've thought about, taking that step into, maybe try out for the Apollo one day, see what happens.
Try to do some spoken word or something like that there?
Whatever comes to mind, maybe spoken word, maybe I'll rap a little bit, maybe I'll even sing something. I'll even take it there. But it's gonna be a little difficult because you know how New Yorkers are. They'll tell you how they feel.
How many people got booed off the stage? That's come out a couple times.
You know what? Not a lot of people got booed off the stage.
Yeah.
Like they didn't, like the guy didn't come in and start tap dancing and everything like that. But they let them know how they felt. Like some of them really liked it. And then you had some performers that came in and they got the respect of the crowd,
right? But
at the same time, you can tell like, yeah, you this ain't for you, So but I can honestly say, the performers, they continue to get through it, and they continue to, and that's what you have to do as an artist, No matter how the crowd feels about you, you have to constantly get through what you're doing.
For sure.
Yeah, so maybe one day I'll definitely do it.
Do you remember the earliest performance you've ever seen in your life? Something that,
as far as what theater may be concerned, or film?
Anything that inspired you to kind of like want to be a performer yourself,
Okay, well, I remember one time I was very young, and this was back when VHSs was out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my mom had got me a tape of The Men in Black with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And with the tape, right, it was a music video at the end.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty dumb, Men in Black.
We used to sing that all the time in elementary school.
Yeah, Galaxy Defenders.
Yeah.
So like, when there was a breakdown where he was doing the dance sequence, and my mom would see me do it.
Wow.
Like she would see me emulate it all the time. Like I always, as a kid, man, I would just I wasn't that type of kid that constantly got into trouble.
Yeah.
All the time. If it wasn't something I did, it was something I said.
Okay.
But I wasn't like the kid that would always, constantly get into trouble over the things he would do. I would just sit in the floor and just watch TV.
For sure.
Just watch TV and just learning and just soaking up everything that I was getting at that point in time. And Will Smith was definitely, I can say he's influential to my life.
That's an understatement. Will Smith, I mean, he's
that guy. He's a legend. He's a legend. I am legend. He's an icon. You know what I mean? And he was one of the people who definitely was instrumental in me pursuing this as a goal,
right.
As a career. So I can say that was one of the few moments that made me realize that, okay, this is something that I may want to do for my life, because at that time I didn't know. I was still unsure about a lot of things, you know.
Right.
When I was younger, I didn't know what I wanted to become until I started to grow of age. But it was, you know, just watching it and just seeing, you know, these performers, it was just something about it that I was like, I want to be like that one day.
Yeah.
I want to be those guys, you know.
Sure. Do you come from like an artistic family? You have any siblings?
I do have siblings. I have two older brothers, one older sister, one younger sister. My younger sister, she's into like fine arts, like she loves writing, she loves drawing and stuff. My brother, he's into fashion. My older brother, he's into fashion design. He's actually doing the startup of his own company right now. Creatively Inked, definitely. Creatively Inked on Instagram. You can
Shameless plug.
Yeah, a little plug for him, you know. So he's doing his thing. My mother, she's actually a singer herself.
Nice.
Yeah, she actually wanted to go to LaGuardia High School and got accepted.
Wow.
She got accepted into LaGuardia High School. Unfortunately, she couldn't go because of not problems at home, but my grandmother kind of wasn't into her at the time going so far from home. It was that like she not wanted to keep her on a leash per se, but
strict.
Yeah, she wasn't she had her moments, but it was something about her traveling far, because she lived in Queens at the time.
Got it.
It was about her traveling to Manhattan and stuff, and she was so young. She was like 13, 14, so my grandmother wasn't too weary on that, so she ended up not going. But she still sings. She still constantly sings, and me and her talked, and she said she wants to get back into it because she's been on and off due to situations. I'm sorry. My uncle, God bless him, he was a rapper, spoke, lyricist back in the 90s, and he was actually going to tour. I think he was going to actually tour with 50 Cent at the time. Yeah, okay. 50 Cent was, coming up, and then he was going to bring him on with him, but unfortunately it didn't go out like that. Tragedy hit, so. He's no longer with us.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
Condolences.
Yeah, definitely. But it's you can tell that the arts are in my family. I have a grandfather who was part of a barbershop quartet back in the day.
Singing them doo-wop.
Yep, them doo-wop tracks. You know what I mean?
Boys to Men days.
Yeah. That was way before Boys to Men. Yeah, it was way before then, and. I have aunts that sing, and so it's around. It's definitely around.
What do you love most about the New York artistic community?
Oh man. Well, the artistic community, it's full of drive, and it's full of that passion and that constant, need to continue to go.
Right.
Like they always say, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And that's one thing I've seen about artists here. Like they're constantly hustling for theirs. I don't think there's any other place, maybe besides LA, and to some degree might not even be better than New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just that, like I just notice a lot, like the passion that exudes them every time, they may take a stage, or may take a subway platform, or maybe take, anything of that nature. And here, it's like the world, like the city is your stage.
Right.
The city is your stage because, like I just said, you have people that perform in bars, you have people perform on streets, you have people who perform in stadiums, you have people who perform in little theater places, and it's I just feel like it's really cool. It's really cool that you can utilize these settings to the best of your advantages.
For sure.
In a way, in order to reach people as well.
Sure. Yeah. So speaking of reaching, you in college you didn't study acting, you studied mass communication.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, right? I was doing a lot because at first I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like doing liberal arts, I was doing math, I was doing this. I didn't know. And then I finally I finally went into mass communications. I took that for about a semester. Yeah.
So, your experience with acting in New York, how's that been for you? How's that treated you?
It's been great.
It's been great for you?
It's been really great. I started doing this about 2 years ago. You know, actually really taking it on 2 years ago. I started in theater. Like I started in theater. I met a guy that I was taking a math class with at LaGuardia College, and me and him kind of like got together. And I didn't even know. It's funny because I didn't even know this guy was into the creative field. I didn't know he was into arts.
Yeah.
And he found out that I was. Next thing you know, we got each other's number, and he says to me, "Hey, you know, I'm an actor and I'm a writer, and me and my roommate, we do shows. We usually sell out in the city. If you want to come, you know, work with us, build your resume." And I said, "Well, what do I have to lose?"
Right.
One day I met up with him and his roommate, and you know, I'll be damned. Like, it was, the rest is history. I've done off Broadway, and I've done off Broadway with them.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So did you find your agent through them too?
Well, I don't have an agent.
You don't have an agent. Do you
No.
have? You're freelancing with someone.
I freelance, yes.
How'd you start freelancing?
Well, I started freelancing. It really all started with a family member of mine. It started with my grandmother. She had met this guy who he knew about this something called central casting. And central casting, basically, you know, that's just for background work and stuff like that. And he told her about it. She told me about it. I called him. Me and him talked for about an hour, you know, getting to know one another. He told me about central casting. He was like, "Hey, you know, if you want to do it, you know, you go, you apply for it, and you know, you do an orientation, and then you start working." So I was like, "Okay, cool, no problem." I go, I do everything that he says. I apply, you know, they take like little shots of me. You got to come business attire. Did all of that, and I say within a week, I got my first call.
Wow.
Yeah.
For background work. Or?
For background work.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and then through that, when I really started doing that is when I actually started really looking for work. Like,
It's exciting being on set, right?
yeah, it was. It really was. It was like an experience that I've never seen before. I've never had that moment to you know, to really say, wow, I'm on the set of a show.
What show was it?
It was Blue Bloods.
Okay.
Yeah, Blue Bloods.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I was. I mean, you didn't see me in the scene, but I was. Well, you did, but you didn't. But it was a scene where I had to play like a college student.
Okay.
You know, for extra work. And then from then on, I just started meeting people, and they tell me about, hey, you know, try this website, try that website,
Yeah.
and from then on, it just continued to grow and grow exponentially.
That's cool, man. So for somebody listening to this who wants to act, right, but they don't really believe in themselves, or they don't know how to, what would you say to somebody who wants to act, who maybe not has been formally trained and is thinking, I haven't been formally trained, New York is such a gigantic city, how can I go in there and you know, do what I gotta do?
First and foremost, you always have to believe in yourself.
For sure.
You have to believe in yourself in anything you do, because once you believe in yourself, people will believe in you.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Not everybody has the same upbringing in this industry. You know, I can honestly say that I probably had one like an unconventional way of getting to this point in time. A lot of, you know, everybody's different. You know, there's people that have, you know, went to school for this. There's people who've, you know, studied with the best trainers in the world, you know, and then there's other people that, you know, out of sheer chance took that shot and was just like, and it blew up for them, you know. So everybody's different. You know, you don't have to, I guess, in a way, you don't have to follow the norm. You know, there's plenty of ways you can get your foot in the door.
Everybody's journey is different, just like you said.
Everybody's journey is different. So one thing that I can definitely say is have faith in yourself and believe in what you can do. You know, set a plan also, you know, set goals. Definitely. You know, okay, so
Do you write your goals?
I do write my goals, actually.
Okay.
I write my goals, and I make sure that I continue to follow them to this day. And I just started writing my goals out this year.
Okay.
Because I felt like this year was definitely going to be one of my coming out parties.
Okay.
Yeah, you sometimes you gotta. Yeah, I just felt I was like, you know what, this year something's gonna happen. I feel it. So I was like, let me just start writing out my goals and continue to get one done after another. So
That's cool, man. God willing, you're gonna cross all of them out, man. So
yeah, thank you.
tell us a little bit about conscious content movement with Robert Johnson and the other projects you're working on.
Well, conscious content movement. That's basically where the type of the type of work that we plan to release, is starting to we're trying to affect it in many ways possible. Talking about social consciousness, political consciousness, different areas, and not always seeing a show that's depicted off of violence and greed and things of that nature. It's just talking about different areas that some people don't even like to touch on, like for instance with the N-word.
Okay.
We plan on doing a show that's based off of that.
Okay.
So that's gonna be it's gonna be some controversy involved. Probably there's gonna be some heads turning. Some people are not gonna like it, some people are gonna love it. But it's somebody has to take the reins. Somebody has to be that that leader to be like, okay, you won't touch on it, but I will. Because a lot of people are scared,
right?
Because nobody wants to offend anybody. That's the whole thing. Everybody's so scared of what a reaction. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just cannot be inferior because of that. Because if you fear that, you're gonna fear everything else. You have to just you have to continue to be who you are and just speak your piece, speak your mind. You have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. So why can't you articulate it in the best way you can? For sure.
So going with that, what so you've had this incredible journey. You get involved with conscious content movement, and you've just started 2 years ago. Yes. So what does success mean to you, and how do you stay motivated despite letdowns or rejections that every actor faces, or any person in general faces? You know what I mean?
Well, what I do is I look at things. What it mean by success is it's not measured upon what society says or what the media says. Success, they always, certain people say success is you gotta have a big house, you gotta have a car, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. You're successful. You may think that, you may be, because I feel like happiness and success go hand in hand with one another.
So success to you is happiness, pretty much?
Yes.
For you?
For me, I feel like, being happy, the fact that I'm pursuing what I love to do and I don't have to worry about, and it's fun, and it's keeping me financially stable, and I love doing what I do. I feel like that's success right there.
That's great, man. So,
I feel like that's right. The end all be all right there.
So happiness is success for you.
Yes,
That's amazing.
Being happy to do something that I could wake up to do. I could wake up every morning and say that I'm happy because I get to do what I love to do, and it's paying my bills. I don't have to worry about stress. That's happiness to me.
Cool, man. So this question is about to get a little deep.
Okay.
All
right.
So I want you to imagine that you're an old man, right? And you're kind of sitting in a rocking chair with grandchildren and your loved ones, and they all want to succeed, not only in acting, but in life. And you've already had the career of your dreams. You've checked off these goals off your goal list, and you've accomplished everything you could ever want, right? And all your work was going to be destroyed and never seen or heard from again. So you can only leave 2 traits and 1 strategy for how you accomplished it all, so that these loved ones and your grandchildren could carry on your legacy. What would those traits and that strategy be?
What do you mean by like traits? Like, what do you mean?
Like a trait would be something like, okay, you need, this is very like cliche, but you need confidence, or you need, like, traits are essences of people, essential emotions,
Yeah.
or things that a person could need. So a trait, you could say charisma, you need love, you need humor, whatever it is for you, that would be a trait. And then a strategy would be something like, okay, a strategy, if we're going to be working out, okay, you go to the gym every day at 4 a.m., you eat 3 eggs, this, a strategy. So a strategy for accomplishing that trait, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So if you want to be happy, right, then
Right.
what happiness means is you need to be happy. So figure out or in order to be happy, that's successful. So you need to know what makes you happy in order to be successful. You know what I mean? So that would be the strategy for happiness.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting a little bit.
Okay.
Well, because you said there's 2 traits, right?
2 traits, yeah.
2 traits. If all my work was gone, what to have? I guess one trait would to like you said, confidence. Confidence, knowing that you have, because you know it, and God knows it, because you have successfully inspired, educated, and entertained. Those are like one of the 3 things that I always look for, when I do this: inspire, educate, and entertain. And to have the confidence to know that I've done that is good for me. Another trait would be drive.
Drive. So you have confidence and drive. Those are your 2 traits.
Okay.
Now, strategy for that, what would you say that's going to be?
The
Because there might be people listening that are like, oh yeah, I want that confidence, I want that drive. How do I do that? You know what I
My
mean?
strategy, man, is I wake up, I pray. I try to continue to be thankful.
For sure.
Be thankful, and, humbleness.
Got it.
Continue to humble yourself every day. And definitely figure out, because we all have 24 hours in a day.
For sure.
You have to figure out how you're gonna use those 24 hours in a day. I like to keep a formula going where, I go, maybe I'll do one day I'll focus on acting, the other day I'll focus on music, things, certain strategies I like to take throughout during the week. And always I always plan ahead.
Yeah.
For anything. You gotta plan ahead, and I always like put little notes on my calendar, and I don't know if that even answers the question,
No,
but
it does.
yeah.
So what I got from that is your 2 traits: confidence, drive.
Yeah.
And then a strategy for that is gratitude, humbling yourself beyond for a higher power or somebody like that, and a strategy of service to others, focusing on others.
Yes.
That's what I got from. Is that what you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, man.
So, man, you have so many different things going. You're very eclectic. You have the acting thing going on. You're rapping in the studio out here. Some spoken word.
Doing a lot, man.
You just booked your first TV gig, right?
Yeah, actually, I did a TV show, like a crime reenactment TV show back in November, and that just premiered last week.
How do you feel about that?
Not last. Was it last week?
I think it was last week. We were hanging out last week.
Yeah, it was about last week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, at the show, and it premiered. It premiered the same night of your show, and I was like, oh wow, like, because a lot of people started hitting me up and saying, I saw you on TV, you making it, So I was like, I liked it. I really liked that feeling. That was one little show I did. I also, right now, this week I'm gonna set up a meeting with a producer and director for this series that I'm supposed to be playing in. It's like a romantic comedy thing. That's a totally different field that I've never.
Who you playing?
I'm playing a character named Richard.
Richard?
Yeah.
What's his thing?
Richard is he's a young guy, you know, living in New York City. Basically, he has like an unconventional approach to love.
And what's that?
In
Can you
relation.
say any more about this? Or-
I don't want to I don't want to give too much away yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Just look out for it.
Just look out for it. You know, there's gonna be a lot of, you know, writing and a lot of, baby, I love you.
Okay, so he's like a sweetheart, like writing poetry.
He's yes, but he doesn't write it for himself.
Okay.
He's like a doctor, love doctor.
A love doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Strangelove.
Yeah. So he does that and he helps people and stuff. So.
Okay, that sounds like a cool role, man.
Yeah, man.
You got any bars for us today? You want to like spit something off the riff?
Off the riff? Yeah.
Or freestyle? Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
You got an EP coming out, man. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Let's see what you got. Let's see the bars, man.
I get down anyway, man. You want me to spit some, harmonize? I can do whatever.
Let's do it. You need a beat?
You can put a beat on.
What you want? You want some like something slow? Well, I'll just give you some, okay?
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sitting here doing this interview with my errand boy is getting so cynical. We can get so lyrical. I can do it better than anybody can get it to. You don't know me? I get it you. And I'm about to get lyrical. Can it got gang? On a spit top game. Top of the dome. And I'm so hot, man. I can flip on it. Get it. When you can get, I'm on it. I'm with it. Sit it, forget it. You with it. I'm with it. I'm getting the cheddar. Know that I'm better. You're not on my level. I'm needing the metal. I'm hot like the pot in the kettle. They'll call me ballin', but they'll call me Carmelo. So I don't know.
I haven't heard them too bad.
Yeah, that was yeah. I was just freestyle. I didn't
Just
know.
freestyle, man. That's dope, man. I appreciate
Bugged
that.
out. Yeah.
For sure, man. So what's next for you other than that? Other than your Dr. Love Jones thing? Gonna be the next Love Jones. Did you see that movie? Love
I
Jones?
did. Yeah.
You about to? I don't know, man.
Love Jones, Hitch something. You know.
Yeah, trying to get there, man. Okay, so how can people reach you? You have a SoundCloud, you have a social media, Instagram.
Yes, absolutely. SoundCloud is Jaylan Barber, but it's Jaylan Barber.
And Barber spelled how?
Barber.
Okay.
Facebook, my name, Jaylan Barber, Jalan this time, and Instagram at Jaylan Barber the artist. You know, follow me. I always follow back. You know, if you even need a Snapchat, I'll even give that out. J Marquise 94.
How do you spell Marquise?
Marquise 94. Hit me up on Snapchat. You know, I had a Twitter at one time, but I wasn't using it, so I was like, "What's the point?"
You want to?
I gotta get it back.
Gotta get it back.
I gotta get it back, so I don't want to put that out there yet.
All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
No problem, man.
For sure, man.
Yo, thanks for having me.
Check out Jaylan Barber, y'all.
That's it for this episode of The Creation Grounds. I'm your host, Aaron Lloyd. Be sure to check out our Instagram for future and previous guest info, and check out our YouTube channel in the show notes below. Email us with any suggestions at thecreationgrounds@gmail.com. And if you got something out of this, I'd really appreciate if you spread the word and the love. Until next time, this is Aaron Lloyd telling you that the sky is the limit. Stay creative.